Let me show you this project, Web 600. This is the most important one. This gets you into the Web Security Academy. And I see a question. I do not host my page on Cloudflare. I host it at 1&1, but I use Cloudflare as a proxy. So it goes between my server and the client. Anyway, let's take a look at Web 600. This is where you get into the Web Security Academy, which is where you should spend most of your time in this course. And you start using Burp, which is the main tool we're going to use. So here's the project. And so first you have to join the Academy. You go here and just sign up. It's a free online training course. So there's a sign up here. You can log in. Let me open it in a browser that isn't in this dark mode so it looks better, which is Safari. There. All right. There you are. And so you can sign up here, create a free account, and then you can use this free Web Security Academy. Now, then I want you to start intercepting traffic with Burp. And what you're going to have to do, so you register and turn in this page, just showing you've been able to log in. That's the first part. And then you use Burp. Burp is a free product that runs in every operating system. It's perfectly safe to install on your primary machine. You do not need a virtual machine or anything. And I've got it on this machine. I think I got it on all my machines. I use it all the time. There's a pay version, which I've never used, but there's a free version, which is good enough for everything we're doing. And this is your main tool to do web hacking and web security tests. When you start Burp, it's going to show you something about projects. I always just click next here. I think these other features are only available if you're in the pay version. So I just click next and start Burp. And this is the best. Okay, now here's Burp. And let me resize it to fit on the screen a little better. All right. So this is what Burp looks like. You have a lot of tabs. I don't care about the update. Okay. So the main place you go is the proxy tab. And here is the first thing. When you load Burp at first, intercept is turned on, so it's going to block all the traffic and you can't get anything done. I don't know why they do this. The first thing you always have to do is turn off intercept, or you won't have any fun at all. Now you can open a browser. And there's a browser built into Burp, which is going to send all traffic through the proxy. So you can open this browser and then go to a website like samsclass.info. And when you do, it loads the page. And if you go to history, it shows you every request used to load that page. So here's some other weird requests. Here's samsclass.info. There's the get request. And if you click one of these, you can go down here and see the exact request. This is the request. This is the response. Exactly here, and you can also modify it. So if you wanted to send a modified request, you could right-click on this and send to repeater. And now on the repeater, you could change it. So if you wanted, this cookie is I think something Cloudflare put there, so if you wanted to change that cookie, you could change it. And then resend this and see what happens. And I think on my page, nothing changes because I'm not really using that cookie, but you can do a lot of things here, and this is where you're going to spend all your time in the whole class, is using Burp to analyze traffic and modify it and hack into websites and see all the flaws. This is the purpose of Burp. You can see exactly all the requests that make a page, and you can modify them, and you can do automated attacks where you try a whole list of usernames and passwords to hack in. And you can try changing cookie values to see which cookie values matter. I did this at Amazon. When I let's load up Amazon here. That's a fun one to see. If I load up Amazon.com. All right. So here's Amazon. And I made an account and logged in. But even if you don't, there's a lot of fun to be had at Amazon. So I'll go back to history. And let's go down here and look at Amazon. Here, when I get this kind of mess, I clear everything. Let's clear history, clear that out, and now refresh this page. There, so now I get only the Amazon requests. So if I go to an Amazon request here, you'll see it's got, that's the request, this is the response rather. Let's try the request and see, here's some cookies it sent. It sent a session ID, it sent a CSM hit, it sent a session token and all that. So what I've done before is I'll log into Amazon and get a page that has my name on it, and then start removing the cookies until my name goes away. And I can see which cookie is actually being used to identify me. and then I can find out if I can forge another cookie and get in somebody else's account and things like that. And we'll do all that as the project goes ahead. So I just want to point you to this project. This is what gets you started. Launch Burp, go to the browser, and there's a couple of flags to find here. I set up a page here where you can only see this if you modify the request in Burp. The default request will tell you to go away, but if you modify the request in Burp, then you'll be able to see a flag. So that's the idea. And so when you're done, there's a whole bunch of labs you'll do here. So I recommend that you do this project 600. Where you just make an account and you get Burp running, then you'll be ready to do a whole bunch of fun projects, and you'll probably spend the rest of the entire course just doing the projects in the Web Security Academy, which are wonderful. Next time I'll demonstrate my SQL injection project, which you might like, but there's ones in the Web Security Academy, and one thing you might prefer to do is just do those projects for the rest of the course. And I'll start demonstrating them next week. Anyway, that's what I wanted to point you to. None of this stuff is due for a couple weeks, but I would recommend doing it as soon as you can. Remember, I recommended having 101 due this week and 102 next week and 600 not for almost a month, but doing it sooner would be good for you. So that's the only demonstration I wanted to do today. Let me turn off this recording.